Hey everybody, it's Brad at Dayport Brothers LLC out in Versailles, Ohio. Going to do another walk around video followed by an operational video on this 2020 Bobcat T590 skid steer that just came in and we're putting up for sale. Like always, I'll walk around, I'll talk about the features and functions, I'll get up close to everything, I'll show you everything that I see, tell you everything that I know. Then of course we'll run it through its paces, fire it up, we'll let you hear the engine, we'll show you the pins are nice and tight up front, show you the hydraulics are strong, run it around, show you it turns strong to both directions. As always, if you are in the market for a used skid steer, a used piece of construction equipment, or a used piece of ag equipment, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. Your likes and subscriptions help other people who are looking for equipment find our videos and find our machines, and we truly do appreciate it. Sorry, it's a little breezy out here today, so if the audio's off, that's why. I'm going to try to shield the camera the best I can. All right, like I said, this one is a 2020 T590 cab, heat, air, 6 pedals controls, power Bobtach. It's got self-leveling bucket, deluxe panel, air ride seat. It's got a radio. These are 2,100 pound lift capacity machines, and this one has only 592 hours. Here in a little bit, we'll fire it up. We'll show you these pins up here are very tight, which they should be for 500 hours. Just call it just shy of 600 hours. Hydraulics are very strong. It runs good. As you'll see here when I get up close to it, condition wise, the paint is nice and bright and in pretty good shape. Got it starting to just flake off just a little bit around the edges here. It is still a used machine and 5 years old, so paint's starting to flake just a little bit around the edges and some spots. As you can see here though, the loader arm is very straight. That white paint is nice and bright. Decal looks good here on this side. Again, just some chips in the paint here and there. I know it's probably a little hard with the sun the way it is, but just little scratches here and there. Tracks are probably the most worn part of the machine. Overall, it's a very clean machine. I'm gonna say track life, tread depth is probably 25, maybe 30%. Really doesn't show much weather checking or anything like that, but the tread depth is starting to get down. It's really, they're at a point where it'd be a shame to change them because there's still, like I said, 25-30% life left, and they're not all cracked and chipped up. Sprockets are very good, as you can see here. Lots of life left there in those sprockets. And then as I take a little step back and show you the side rail here of the undercarriage, as you see there, still retains probably 90% of that original gray paint. Everything looks really good there. Down here on the side rail of the frame, everything looks good there. And then of course up here on the side of the frame, that white paint is still nice and bright. A few little chips here and there in the paint, but nothing bad, nothing out of the ordinary. Still pretty good here. Hasn't even really started peeling much right here like they do. And then down there, everything looks good there. Taking a look at this rear corner. Again, as you'll see here, that white paint is nice and bright and pretty darn straight. Couple little scuffs down here, couple little nicks there in the decal, couple scratches down just below that, but down here the paint's not really even peeling yet. And even down here on the gray, it's got a few little chips and scratches, especially right there where you chain it down. But overall, pretty darn nice. Coming around to the back side, looking at that rear door. That orange paint on the door is nice and bright. Doesn't look like it's been backed in anything too hard. There's no big dents. Just typical little scuffs and scratches around the bottom. Couple up around the top as well. Just pretty typical of a used skid steer. Down here, this bottom gray. Couple little dents and dings. Couple scratches, especially on the bottom portion there. Coming up here, that mesh is in good shape. Starting to show a little surface rust in that mesh. It's pretty common on those. And then it's just starting to flake on the gray on the edges. As you can see there, just very typical. That paint just starts to flake around the edge of those. Back of the cab looks really good. Sorry, we're getting pretty strong gusts of wind here. Try to shield the mic the best I can. Coming around to this side here, again, very straight. The white paint's nice and bright, just typical scuffs and scratches there. Same thing down here. Decals are decent, couple little scratches in those and chips in those. Again, paint's not even really flaking down here at all. Typical just scratches down here where you chain it down. Track life, again, this track matches up really well to the other side. I'm gonna say we're at 25% or so. I think I'm being very fair there. And again, just Really not much weather checking or crack. There's not really much cracking across there, but tread depth is getting wore down a little. Sprocket on this side, again, lots of life left there in that sprocket. And taking a step back, looking at the side rail, the undercarriage, again, still retains a lot of that original gray paint there on the side rail of the undercarriage. And underneath there on the frame of the machine, again, nice and clean in there. Nice and bright white paint. Looking at the loader armor on this side, again, just starting to flake a little bit around the edges, a couple little scuffs and scratches here and there. No huge dents or dings, nothing that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere. A couple scuffs there. Same thing with the back of the skid steer mount plate. I don't see anything that looks like it's been cracked or welded or plated anywhere. A couple big gusts of wind here trying to shield the mic. Again, taking a good look here at this bucket. The bucket's nice and straight. I don't see any big bends or dents or dings there. The cutting edge has a lot of life left in it there still, as you can see. We'll go around the back, take a look in the engine compartment here. Okay. As you can see here, a little bit of dust, but very clean, nice and dry. I don't see any oil or diesel or antifreeze running anywhere down the side of the block. Everything looks really good here. Inside of that back door, everything looks good there. Over here by the battery, drive belt area, everything looks good down here. Sorry, it's getting really windy out here. Shut this door. We'll walk around, take a look at the cab, the interior, and the front here. All the glass seems to be in good shape. I don't see any cracks or spider webbing in any of that glass. Up here in the front, very, very nice. The white paint's still nice and bright. Starting to get a few chips down here like they all do, even down here just a little bit. But not bad at all. Steps in pretty good shape. Might be tweaked just a little bit that direction. Missing the door shock. Down here, floorboard's nice and clean. Everything looks good there. Air ride seat, like I said. Bottom cushion's in good shape. I don't see any cuts or tears there. Backrest, good. I don't know. There's a little piece of tape there. I don't want to rip off. I don't know if there was a little cut or something underneath there. Maybe. I'm not sure, but I don't want to rip the tape off. Take a look at the sticks. All the toggles and buttons look good on this side. Trigger looks good. All these little rubber knobs, everything's good here. Looking at the other stick, same thing. All the toggles are good. All the rubber down here is good. The trigger on the back side's good. Radio. HVAC controls. All the plastic's in good shape. I don't see anything that looks busted up. Obviously, still nice and bright. Deluxe panel. Financing provided by Victory Mortgage. As you can hear, the radio works. 592 hours. Take a look here. Vents, top vents here for the HVAC are good on this side. Same thing over here. Looking at the headliner, bit of a grease stain there. A couple little spots of dirt and stuff you can see here, but all the buttons over here are good. Auto bucket leveling. I know it's kind of hard with the lighting when I get inside these cabs. It gets a little dark, but buttons look good. Power Bobtach button looks good. Up here, as you can see, that black plastic's still nice and bright. Nothing looks cracked or busted up there. Looking at our cylinders here, everything looks good on this side. Nothing looks like it's been busted or cracked or welded. Same thing over here. Back of that skid steer plate, like I said earlier, looks good. All right, like I said, this one's a 2020 Bobcat T590, 592 hours. Lots of photos on our website. That's listed down below in the description. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to answer them for you. We'll fire it up, get right into an operational video.